Welcome to Blissful Spaces. This is where I garden and cook healthy meals. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're visiting for the first time, if you enjoy gardening and eating or creating healthy meals, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And don't forget to click that bell below so you won't miss the next garden update. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving with their immediate families, with their loved ones and their friends. Yes, and it's so good to be back. I had some family time, which I really enjoyed, but of course I missed you. So I went ahead and started picking the leaves from the bottom all the way to the top, and by harvesting this way, I will be able to continue to have lacinato kale for months to come, for kale salads, kale chips, and other yummy, delicious recipes. The equipment needed to harvest your kale, just some general garden scissors or whatever, or you can just snap the stems from the leaves using your fingers. Make sure if you do use sharp gardening shears or scissors, make sure that they are cleaned. But I just used regular gardening scissors. And so now this is the good part. We get to cook them. One of my favorite things to do is to peel the stems off, and I love to juice my kale, so I'm going to take the stems off the leaves, yes, and I'm not going to discard them, although you could discard them and put them in your compost pile. But I'm going to save them because I'm going to use these to juice with. So I will just set those aside and make sure that I continue to wash. And here, there was one that I missed. But the smaller, well, see that just shows you. But the smaller leaves, I do leave the stems on. And here, I think I'm just getting ready to show you how I just kind of like peeled it off. Well, I did it with one hand because I'm holding the camera as well. But here we're just taking the stems off. And of course, the smaller, tender kale leaves can be eaten raw in salads, stir-fried, and chopped in soups. Here I am, I'm just washing. You gotta wash it really good to make sure that you're getting the sand or bugs. I didn't find any worms or snails in the water, so that's a good thing. Just a little bit of dirt from the wind blowing. So you just want to wash it, massage it. Some people say if you massage your kale, it's a lot tender, but here I am just washing really good. And this, I believe, is my third wash. And I'm just so used to it. Even though my garden is an organic garden, I am so used to adding a teaspoon of vinegar to my wash water. I don't know. I'm just so used to doing that. That's my preference. You don't have to do it. But yes, I think if you keep watching the video, you will see how I prepare it. I'm actually going to saute it. Yes, and it was absolutely delicious. So if you're like me and you've never grown it, or if you've never tasted it before, this is actually my first time tasting it as well, and it was so delicious. I will definitely be adding this to my spring garden. I did leave 2 plants where I left all the roots in the ground, but there was 2 plants that I did not cut, and I will harvest some of those closer, in the winter time. But yeah, kale is a wonderful source of vitamins. It has excellent health benefits. It lowers your cholesterol. It's known to fight cancer and decreasing inflammatory. Prepare your leaves steamed, sauteed, which I'm going to do, or roasted. And so I'm so excited because there's so many recipes that I definitely want to try using my kale. To me, it kind of tastes like spinach. So if you don't have spinach, or if your spinach did not grow like mine did, yes, I planted spinach from seed and they did not sprout this year. I was a little disappointed, but hey, after tasting lacinato kale, I think I'm kind of happy. So it's okay. I'll just keep trying. And sometimes that happens when you grow plants in your garden. You're gonna get, when you plant some seeds, you're gonna get a couple of seeds that do not sprout. Don't give up. Keep trying. You know, maybe switch the brand of seeds. And if your seeds are not sprouting, you know, don't give up. Try the plants. You know, there's a lot of nurseries that you can buy the plants from, or your seed and feed stores. They have the plants. So don't give up. Just keep trying. Okay, and I also did pick a few of the tops of the onions. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those up, and then we're going to saute those with the kale. Onions are chopped up. I'm going to add lacinato kale. I'm just going to cut it to a little smaller pieces. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and add my lacinato kale and a teaspoon of avocado oil and a half a teaspoon of vegan butter. Saute it. Good just the way it is. You don't, to me, you really don't need to add any salt or pepper. You can just eat it like that. My preference is I'm just going to add a half a teaspoon of my favorite vegan seasoning. It's Chef Wonder's vegan seasoning, and just a half a teaspoon, and that's all I'm going to need. To me, it kind of tastes like spinach. Comment down below. Let me know if you've tried lacinato kale, if you have it growing in your garden. How do you cook it? What is one of your favorite ways to cook it? And how does it taste to you? So I will definitely grow this again. I'm gonna go ahead and add a half a teaspoon. Okay, so actually it's less than a half a teaspoon. So I figured you really don't need that much for seasoning to season it with. It's really good. Using one of my older pots, guess what I'm getting for Christmas? Yes. More pots, new pot set. So that is it. That simple. It is so easy. Quick little dish. Saute it. You don't want to saute it to death. You know, you just want it, it's not nice and tender. As you can see, look at that. Wow, look how green that is. Look at all those beautiful vitamins. All right, keep watching and I will show you how I take that out. And that, family, is how I cooked my lacinato kale. Fresh, sauteed. I added a little bit of fresh cranberries just because it's still festive. Oh boy, I cannot wait to dig into. Look at that. Look at all those healthy vitamins. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Boy, that looks delicious. I have a plate for you. Yum. That is so good. Delicious. Those vitamins. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. If you haven't already, go ahead and click subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell so you won't miss